Hello everybody, how you doing? I hope you're having a good day. I just want to jump right in this. Just want to talk about the level of consciousness and where I believe people are at. Now, great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small minds discuss people. Eleanor Roosevelt. Now, it is true that the average mind does not discuss ideas. And what's an idea? An idea is talking about something that would advance the human race, something that would make us better as a species. Most people can't even fathom talking about things like that because it goes out of the realm of what they believe is reality and what is real. What is real is what you conceive to be real. We have that much power, but I do not want to get into that in this particular video. The average mind does only discuss events, and I feel like they also discuss people. But the average mind does discuss events, political events, things like gender equality, things of that nature, protests, which for the person who done their research know that most of these events are induced, such as, these racial riots like Black Lives Matter, these white social groups talking about blacks are the problem. These groups are COINTELPRO to create confusion and division to keep people in a chaotic state, so they don't look to each other to to help and solidify a civilization, but they look to their government, who's not looking to help anybody out but themselves and the people that work for the guided mind. Because government means basically to guide one's mind. And that's what they've been doing for ever since, government's been created. Now, small minds only discuss people. The small mind won't even discuss events. They only will discuss what people are going through. And you know who I'm talking about. They will either be talking about someone's baby mama, someone in jail, someone's not making enough money, someone doesn't have a job. That is the small mind. The small mind cannot get out of anything more than ego, petty ego, dealing with things that ultimately don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Okay? Now, the reason why that is because a level of consciousness. And most people, souls haven't been cultivated to that point, and some people don't even have a soul. Okay? And I know that's going to sound messed up to some of y'all, and maybe even piss some of y'all off. But, hey, it is what it is. Okay? For the melanated people, most of y'all are just asleep. Okay? Your neuromelanin is just dormant. So, if you're not understanding this particular knowledge, you might have to meditate more so that you be able to reactivate that neuromelanin within in your brain, because, and it won't just be used for you to understand this knowledge. You will have other benefits from stimulating that neuromelanin. You'll learn faster. You'll have more energy. Things that you never thought of before will come to you. You will have creative, more innovative thinking. If you don't believe me, you can try it out. Just meditate. I'm not even saying for an hour, 15 minutes twice a day, and you'll start to see the benefits. And I'm talking about melanated people. Melanated people do not meditate at all. I mean, look what happens when melanated people pray. Okay? They change their whole physiology. And that's what meditation is. And since you got melanin, and melanin is basically dark matter, and dark matter makes up the physical universe, you'll literally change your reality, your personal life, and beyond. Now, most people are on this level right here, the masses, the terrestrial subconscious, non-rational, controlled by images, symbols, unconscious instinct. Okay, so they only go by what they see, and not even what they feel. Okay, they only go by what they see and what they're told to be right, and what you need to be so that you can be what you want to be. You see what I'm saying? Most people are right here. Okay, they only can live by what the TV tells them. Oh, what's the new fashion? Oh, this is how you're supposed to live. Oh, this is the new trend. Oh, you're supposed to have this. Oh, you see what I'm saying? And it just keeps going on. No one's thinking for themselves. These are the people who, if you disagree with them on something, they're ready to attack you. You know who I'm talking about. You can just go out and look at people who don't like Trump. There's no rational, logical thinking on their part. You see what I'm saying? It's just screaming, and chanting. Okay? Even for both sides of the political parties, it's basically just non-rational instinct. It's just, just look at it. There's really not much I can say. We got, only a two-party system, and they're both working together. Because most people are unconscious. Okay? They only go by their animal instinct. And what's that? That's the reptilian instinct. People are trapped in the reptilian part of their brains. Okay? That's where their soul dwells. For ones who have it. Most people only deal with flee, fornicate, fight, and feed. Flee, fight, fornicate, and feed. That's the only thing they know, and that's the only thing they can deal with. Okay? Now you got a good majority of people here as well. They can think for themselves. They understand when certain things don't make sense. They're not based on instinct. They think on the rational level. They can think for themselves, but they still can't see into that realm of spirituality. They don't think that exists, and they think that people who think like that are insane, or they have no place in society. These people will attack without even giving sources. What you see in my video, if you go read the comments in Are White People a Biological Experiment, in my video, you can see the comments. White people just coming in there calling people niggers. They're not giving no sources, nothing. They're just going in there and, I don't want to laugh, but this dude was so angry that he came in there and said, the Sumerians made black people out of shit. It wasn't clay, it was shit. We're getting to these Caucasians now. When they're not coming with no scholarship. They're just running there. They're just commenting on the videos. They're probably not even watching the video. They're just coming on the video in their emotions, in their feelings, and just attacking. Okay? Because they're here. They can understand scientific concepts and everything. Most of them are probably atheists. Okay? Or they could be religious. People right here are definitely religious. They're followers. They can't. You know what I'm saying? But people here, like I said, like I was saying before, they can deal with that mainstream scientific way of thinking, but they cannot see anomalies. That's the thing that the mainstream sciences do be talking about. Okay, that is a fact. They do talk about there's certain things that don't add up with the conventional ways of history and how things were brought about. All right, but these, like I said, and I know I keep saying it, but these people cannot see that. They cannot make spiritual connections. All right, now some people who understand what I'm talking about and listen to the particular information that I discuss and that other people discuss, they are in the metaphysical mind, or that's their level of being. Okay, they can see beyond the non-material or the non-physical. They got a higher sense of themselves and their being. They know that there's something more to life that they're not being told by people outside of them. Okay? They listen or they sense something higher that's higher than them, but that is them. I know that's hard to really grasp, and it's hard to grasp because I'm trying to talk about this in human terms and in English. When you look at ancient people, they used to talk about this. I'm going to say telepathy in telepathy. You know, they use they would telepathic. I'm probably not saying that right. I apologize. But they would use telepathy to really communicate. And that's basically shooting light back and forth into one's head or pineal gland. Because remember, light carries information. Okay? And light can travel at 186,000 miles per second. So, that's why the ancients, if you look at these ancient civilizations, they were talking like there's symbols. There wasn't letters, it was symbols. Because that's the best way for people to really grasp certain things, because the symbols get into the subconscious mind. Okay? These people also have high creativity, higher spiritual inspiration, intellect, of course, right here. Those are the faculties. All right, you can discern things that certain people cannot. You have strong spiritual discernment. There's things that you were able to figure out. No one had to tell you. You just knew that this is not something right about this. Whatever situation that you were in, you just knew. Okay, there's something ain't right about this. Okay, you ain't making no sense. You know what I'm saying? You're here. You understand what I'm saying? And then you got, if you're here, you're basically almost here. All right. I really don't find no much to difference here. It's just here you're a little bit more physical. That's it. But you're getting to that point where you're increasing your magnetic body to the point where you're going to be here. You understand? And basically, this is where you are your primal self, or your prime being. The being that was here before time itself. Okay? And if you understand the stuff I discussed, then most likely you are here. And most of you do. I know for a fact that you demonstrate spiritual abilities, and you're probably wondering, well, what's that? That's anywhere from intuition, and intuition is basically you getting spontaneous thoughts of the future, or you're able to think of something, and then someone will say the thing that you just said. Oh no, someone will say the thing you just thought of, or like a sense of danger. Like you can be walking down the street and something almost like a whisper in your ear tells you not to go down the left path. You let's say you were coming down a road and it was like a fork in the road and it was a left and a right, and you were about to take that that left, and something said no, take that right, and you were like, all right, and you just took that right, not knowing that if you took that left, you would have got ambushed by a group of people or something like that. All right. There's also spiritual dreams where people call it deja vu, but that's you just seeing into the future. And spiritual faculties that even go beyond that, beyond anyone's imagining. And I know people have it, they just don't want to discuss it because they don't want to be chastised and ridiculed by their family, friends, co-workers, peers, work peers, whatever it is. All right? But understand that you were bestowed upon with a special gift. And it's not even like you were bestowed, you were meant to come back with that particular gift to help man become God again. To understand that we were always more than we were told. Okay? And the reason why that is because it's in our DNA. And the DNA holds information. Okay? Remember that. And a lot of this stuff, the reason why people can understand this stuff and they're coming into this knowledge and no one's even taught them, they're like, Dad, I just know for some reason, it's because it's in your DNA and it's now starting to come out and it's starting to be activated because of that's what 2012 was all about. New energies coming in and reactivating the being. What's the word I'm looking for? The supernormal man. Okay. Now these are fractal lines. Okay. Now fractal lines is basically like DNA. All right. It just every time you go into, like, let's say I went deeper into like this part, it will still look like this whole picture. Let's say I even went down here closer, I zoomed in. You see what I'm saying? It will still look like this whole picture. Things might change differently. Like this right here might be like this, spiral right here might be facing down, and this particular spiral facing down might be facing up. But it's still of the same pattern, and still of the all. Okay, and this is how again DNA works, and it's spiraling out. You see? And as our DNA goes and spirals out, it starts to show, and our true self starts to come out. That's why some of you, and you've been through reincarnation so many damn times. That's why you're able to understand this knowledge. No one has to tell you nothing because you've been through it so many times. Okay, and you're on the path to becoming something beyond a god. That is the ultimate destiny of the original man, is becoming beyond a god. And we're almost there. We're real close now. The fact that brothers and sisters are waking up at a rapid rate. That's why they got to put more of. Why you think they got to put all this music out and all this food that's basically just poison? Because they're trying to stop the Godhead from coming back, and basically they're speeding up the process by doing this. I even sometimes think that they're speeding it up on purpose, for the ultimate destruction, so that, or the ultimate rebirth. Because remember, the powers that were, they're occultists. Okay? But, I just wanted to talk about that. I might even get more into this. There's so much stuff to discuss. Okay? And also, this kind of looks like the Buddha if no one even realized it yet. But thank you for listening, and peace and love to the ancient ones.